Hello, everybody. Welcome back. You know who it is, your best friend, Major. Welcome back to the Square to Circle Music channel. Doing something a little different today, tonight. I normally like to just talk about, music, appreciation, collecting, that sort of jazz, but something interesting happened today. Not all that interesting, but, I think I mentioned this when I was talking in my last video about the constant uphill battle, the inevitable climb that we collectors and appreciators and spinners of records always have to face the uphill battle that is your stereo equipment, your hi-fi gear, your vintage stuff. I I think I explained my woes in detail, so I won't go into too much detail this time, but I got to a point in my collecting and in my in my everything, and I can't do the vintage gear thing anymore. Everything I've ever had has just completely taken a dump on me, totally fritzed out, and I spent so much money and I've had so much great gear, but I just can't I can't do it anymore. It's costing me too much money and so much frustration when all I want to do is spin music and I just want to enjoy what I have. And then sometimes I have to just like put all that aside, and I can't listen to anything I have for months because I'm trying to afford a new piece of this, or get a new turntable or whatever, and it's like all my shit just sits there and gets dusty on the shelf, and I can't enjoy what I really want to enjoy, which is the music. I'm not one of those like real, technologically savvy type of dudes where it's like, I really get off on all the amazing gear. Not to say that I don't appreciate and really love it, but it's not the, first and foremost thing in my heart. So, I've gone to the point where now I'm just going to buy all new gear, so that it has some staying power and so that it has some reliability. And I really don't believe anymore that you can't get what you desire out of anything but vintage. Yeah, I think that's kind of, that adage is just kind of burnt out and silly and stupid. And so, yeah, not going to be a shit talker and a hater, but guess what came in the mail today? Yay! I got a new turntable. This is the Fluence model, I think T81 it's called. I ordered it off of eBay. It was super, I got a super great deal on it. For some reason, it was on like, I don't know, like about 15 or 18% off. So that's a knockdown from where it was sitting right about like 350 bucks. I got it for 250 bucks. Of course, that being because I opted to get it with no upgrade on the cartridge. I've had Ortofon cartridges in the past. I've had a red and a blue. This one comes with either one of those, but of course then you're going to pay $400 and or $500 depending on which one you want. This one just comes with a stock Audio-Technica. I'm not sure what the actual model number is of that cartridge, but yeah, so the model, like I said, the RT81, I opted for the walnut grain brown deck. It's beautiful. I'm more into kind of the wood grain subtle colors rather than the stark black that most people like. And so let's just crack this bitch open and check it out. I just really wanted to share this with all you guys, so let's do it. And I ordered this thing off eBay, like I said, and I don't know who the seller was, if it was somehow involved with the Fluence company, but this shit came to my door in like 72 hours after I ordered it. Like probably even less. I'm blown away with how fast this shit got here. So like I said, I don't know if that's reflective of the actual company. I don't recall who the actual seller was on eBay. But yeah, top notch as far as the delivery goes. So packaged nicely, of course. Everything came nice and safe. Nothing's hurt. They always do a really great job. So let's check it out. Let's tape to the bottom here, of course, the slip mat. And just assuming just kind of a regular rubber, yep, regular rubber slip mat that it comes with, not felt or cork or anything, so nothing really super cool, but you know, these things are great. They help keep down on the stack, and I actually really like rubber slip mats. I get nervous about the rubber, you know, eventually kind of like, you know, getting particles on it, or just kind of like rubbing the grooves on the wax the wrong way sometimes. So I get a little nervous, but the only thing I've never owned is an actual cork slip mat. So maybe sometime I'll try a cork slip mat, see how I like it. But yeah, slip mat, big whoop. All right, there it is. The RT81. I'm pretty sure it's the RT81. I don't know the difference between the RT80 and the RT81, but the side of the box said 81, so I'm assuming that that's what I got. Yeah, top notch. I've bought a lot of brand new turntables in the last few years because they just keep coming out with really affordable, cool models that I want to try. And like I said in the past, the type of used turntables I've had. Let's see. The last Marantz I had was pretty dope. It was like a model 60, I think 6170. It was from like 1977. Really nice Marantz table. It had trouble keeping up with its RPMs, and I just didn't want to keep messing with it. It was a direct drive, and you know how those direct drives go. I just didn't want to. I've had to do it before, and I don't want to keep spending money trying to get that thing dialed in. But I bought one of those. Here, I'll turn back around so you can talk to my face. I bought one of those Orbit turntables right when they came out, like 5 years ago. Those things were pretty rad. The novelty of having that, you know, the belt on that little pulley, it's all exposed. It looks kind of neat. I bought like the cherry red, you know, painted deck, and over time it just seemed kind of just like novel and silly. I didn't like the fact that I don't really spin any 7-inch records ever. I'm not one of those people. I don't like singles. I don't listen to like a lot of like punk rock or anything like that, and so I'm not really hip on like, you know, little 7-inch singles and stuff. So I don't have any in my collection. I have a couple like cool, like, you know, punk rock 7 inches from like the 90s from local bands that I used to love. But you had to keep switching the little belt over, and it would slip off the entire platter, and getting that little thing wrapped around the platter and the pulley. And then, you know, it's more than just like the actual like kind of ritualistic aspect of spinning records, which I love, which everyone loves. But that didn't add to the ritual at all. It kind of just hindered, and it was just frustrating as hell. So I got kind of just kind of tired of that turntable after about a year or two, and I sold it to a good friend for, you know, a reasonable price, and she loves it, and you know, it's a lot of fun for her. So let's see what else. I bought a Denon. I think it's like a Denon FP300 or something like that, brand new. Couple years ago. That was the one I got right after the Orbit turntable. Also bought that brand new with the Ortofon Red 2M. And that was dope. That was like $350. Really happy with that turntable. It was really great. I just wasn't overly impressed or pleased with the actual performance of it. Just the way the automatic, everything, it didn't operate well manually on a manual scale. You always had to use the buttons, and if you wanted to try to just do things manually, it just made it awkward and weird. I didn't like the straight tone arm, issues with tracking toward the end of, you know, every LP. Just, you know, I don't know. I liked it, but it just left me something to be desired, if you know what I mean. Just always felt like I was lacking. And then, you know, between tons of cool, like, you know, vintage tables, like I said, that Marantz one, I had a really awesome Yamaha table for a long time. I've just always bought and sold gear as well, a way to, like, you know, make a little bit extra money on the side, and to provide people with, you know, their own cool gear so they can get into collecting and spinning records and stuff too. It's just kind of like been a fun thing that I do, as well as being, you know, a record vendor and selling records at shows. So it's pretty super cool. But we'll get back to this unboxing. I went off on a little tangent there. So just wanted to kind of talk about my brief history of owning turntables. So we're going to keep opening up this this Fluence T, what is it? Something T80, the model RT81. And carefully pull, this is probably the dust cover. Yes, everybody, don't make the mistake I made when I became a brand new turntable owner years and years ago. I had the new turntable for, a few weeks or months, and then got to the point where, things are starting to get a little dusty now, and I want to clean this thing. So I take it in the kitchen and I gently soap it up with some Dawn and run some warm water over it, and then I take a light sponge to it, not realizing that the abrasive side of the scrubber sponge was facing down. I didn't think that would make that big of a deal, but boy, it sure did. It scratched the holy shit out of my dust cover and left it with a horrible, smoky, blurry finish. So my brand new turntable dust cover was always looking like it was old as shit and crappy. So yeah, just use a soft terry cloth rag when you clean your dust covers. That's nice. It's got the really kind of very slightly tinted, but it's not smoky, just really kind of a slight tint to it. Looks really nice. It's pretty durable, not too cheap and thin and chintzy. Okay, this is kind of the guts of what we got going on here. I have to be really careful. I don't want to hurt anything. There is a little 78 adapter for your 7-inch spinning pleasure. I just throw that thing across the room. I don't need that fucking thing. What else we got in here? Goodies on the side. I hope it comes with like a little anti-static brush or something like that. That looks like it's part of the tone arm. Well, that's the head shell. Some decent packaging here. Very nice and careful. Look at where it is. My head shell. With, what did I say? It's like an Audio Technica. I'm not sure of the exact model number. Fragile. Be careful. Yeah, I like the design of the head shell. Simplistic. I like how this little lever is really nice. And I like it big. I like to be able to get my whole finger off there. I like to be able to grip something. So lifting the head shell off the record is made easy for people who've got fat sausage fingers. So yeah, the reason I think I meant to say the reason I opted for the cheap Model 2, which was kind of serendipitous really, because I already have a really great cartridge. I have that Nagaoka MP150. Man, that thing, so awesome. I spent like probably $380 on that, but that Nagaoka, it's that like kind of baby shit green color. I have that, so this will be replaced with that. But maybe I'll use this for a little while and just kind of give it a try and just see what it sounds like. And I don't have a backup head shell anymore, so I can't just like take the entire cartridge and just swap it over like when I have, a set of records that maybe are a little bit more dingy, dirty, so I can just like use this for some of the older cuts, and then some of my brand new stuff that I don't want to get nasty, I put on the new, the new one. But yeah, pretty much all the records I have now are very good plus or better, so I don't really spin anything that has any imperfections really anymore. All right, so all right, getting down, like I said, to the heart and soul of this thing. I want to be really careful here because I don't want to hurt anything. So gently try to pick up the entire thing, pull it out of the box. And they made that pretty easy for me. There goes the box. Once again, everything was packaged really well. Everything's safe. Pull that off the side there. Got some more stuff here. Clips for our dust cover. Very nice. That is the counterweight for the back of our tone arm. Don't want to lose that. All right. Away with you. What else we got here? The other clip to the dust jacket. Dust cover, I mean. Okay. Slip off the outer plastic cover. Yeah, they did a really good job of packaging this. All comes apart real easily. And there she is. The spindle sticking out there. Gently pull this over the tone arm. You know, I'm not sure. Someone could let me know in the comments, but I'm not sure if Fluence is an American company or if they maybe Japanese or Korean. Don't know. But this is like a really, really nice, soft felt cover that they put over this just to make doubly sure that they didn't scratch anything on the finish of this thing. Look at this thing. Oh man. Oh, like it's just reflecting. Just shining. Just shimmering and shining. So beautiful. Missing the platter must have been plinth rather. Must have been in the box when the box tipped over and fell off the table. So I'll have to go around and get that. But let's just marvel. Let's just marvel at this here for a minute, shall we? Wow. That is gorgeous. Really, really nice. Yeah, I mean, dude, for $250, I mean, come on. Some pretty stellar craftsmanship. It just looks fabulous. So it looks like I do have to hook up the belt here to a little pulley system. The pulley will operate down below. And that'll be fun. Hook all that up. I probably won't bore you folks with trying to figure out all that. I don't have a way to set up my phone, but there's the platter. Oh, and there's my audio cables. Power cable, audio cable. Cool beans. Let's get this open and check it out real quick. Sorry about the hand in front of the lens all. This is the first time I've ever done any type of this type of video. I'm not very good at it. Oh yeah. Pretty self-explanatory. Yep. I don't see the belt. Oh, there's the belt. Yeah. Pretty simplistic. Rather than it being in the underbelly, you just hook it up right underneath the platter. Pretty simplistic. I like it that way. And I just love this walnut deck. That's really the reason I got it. Just love it. And just the simplistic on-off switch. You switch between your 45 and 33s. Pretty simple. And it's just all manual. You just pick it up, let it rip. All right, everybody. Well, I'm gonna put this sucker together, and maybe I'll do another unboxing video because I can't get into spinning right now because I haven't gotten my receiver yet. I ordered a new receiver. It's being shipped, and it ought to be here in a couple more days. So maybe you'll get a little bit of a demo here in a couple more days. I get her all hooked up, and I'm gonna be running the same thing as far as my speakers. I'll never get rid of my speakers. I got those Sansui SP3000 5-ways. They are just gorgeous. I bought those things, I don't know how long it was a while ago. I always had just kind of crummy speakers, and I really wanted to get some really dope speakers. So I hunted a guy down. I found a guy actually just in Southern Oregon. I didn't have to travel very far. I only had to drive, it was like a 3-hour drive to Medford, Oregon, from where I live here in Eugene, Springfield. So I drove down to Medford and just met some random dude on the side of the highway, basically, like a storage unit, in the middle of the night, and paid him $400 for just these speakers. Are just amazing. So anyone that doesn't know of the Sansuis, how incredible they are, these are like late 70s model, but yeah, the SP3000s are 5-way speakers. The grills are just gorgeous. Yeah, check those speakers out. So I'll show that off as soon as I get it all hooked up. But this has been an unboxing video. Aaron's first. So simple and sweet. I love you all, and tune in soon for another fun list video from yours truly. Peace be with you.